I'm testing out SpyPoint's Flex-S-Dark and the Flex-Dark. It's been quite a few years since I've used SpyPoint, but their new cameras are hard to ignore. Let's test these out and see how they do. The Flex-Dark cameras by SpyPoint get their name for their ability to go dark and totally undetected. You can choose between no glow LEDs or low glow. I'd love to get your opinion in the comments whether you think LEDs spook deer or not. Both cams equipped with a 0.3 second trigger speed, 40 megapixel photo, 1080p video with audio delivered to your SpyPoint app. Both have a 100-foot detection range, dual SIM cards that connect to the strongest network. The biggest difference between the two, besides the built-in solar panel, the Flex-S also has the instant mode, allows you to request photos and videos on demand. Hey guys, I'm Jase at Jase Outdoors. With just a quick disclaimer, I'm not being paid by SpyPoint in any way to do this review. They just sent me these cameras in exchange for my honest review, and that's what I intend on doing. So the main difference between the two is the Flex-S has the integrated solar panel, which, as you know, lithium batteries nowadays are pretty pricey. So it's really nice to have a built-in lithium battery that, you know, if you're getting enough sunlight, you never have to worry about batteries. This is the first time I'm going to have my hands on this camera, so let's take a look and see what we got. So pulling out the unit itself, the solar panel does not appear to be adjustable. I was really kind of hoping it was adjustable. I thought maybe if you could twist it or even adjust the angle, because then you're, you know, primarily want to point the camera towards the sun so that it's hitting the solar panel. But then, you know, it's kind of the worst way to point a trail camera is towards the sun. You end up with a lot of false triggers. On the back of the camera, there's a spot for 1/4 threads. So if you're not using the strap, you know, you can put it on a tree, kind of angle however you need to angle that. You do have your slots for your straps along with your Python cable lock holes. That looks like we'll go through the latch as well, so they can't undo the latch. And as we have just done that, there's an important sticker in here that says you must charge the Flex-S-Dark before installing it in the woods. So you want to charge that up, and to do that, it looks like there is a DC power spot right here that has a little rubber flap, and the cord is in here somewhere. And here's your DC cord that goes to USB-A. USB-C would have been a lot more convenient probably for most people, but not a huge deal. And of course you got your strap and then the antenna. It's pretty easy to figure out where that goes. Just take that little red cap off and screw it on. Yeah, snug that up, and you want to make sure you remove this little piece of tape here before you use it. Now, going inside the camera, there is no LCD screen or anything, so you have your format button, there's a test button, and this is basic on and off. It has your signal status bar here, along with your battery life. Then underneath it is a micro SD card slot, which is slightly unfortunate that they don't include one or it doesn't have some built-in memory. I seem to lose the micro SD cards constantly. And then on the bottom of the lid, it has all kinds of the camera setup directions, the status, what all the lights mean, and it has your QR code that you're going to use to scan this into your app. Pull out the tab for the micro SD card, and then the battery tray just kind of slides out. You pull that out, it takes 8 AA batteries. One thing that I just noticed when I took off that red cap for the antenna cover is you want to leave that little rubber seal on there just to help keep water out of there, so make sure you don't pull that off as well. And now it doesn't leave any of that metal exposed. So back to the batteries. And just slide that tray back in and it just fits in there snugly. There's nothing, no latches or anything. Don't forget to add your micro SD card. Make sure you put it in the right way. Your little connectors are going to face upward. And then from here, we're just going to add this camera to the app. Alright, so you're going to pull up your app, and I haven't logged in a while. Like I said, it's been a few years, and I just tried logging in, and it says that there's a problem occurred while trying to log you in. Please refresh the app. Try again. So I'm going to close the app. I'm going to reopen the app. hit login, did it again. I can't get in the app. I'm going to be honest. One of the things that deterred me from SpyPoint from the very beginning, I had issues with the camera, and it was absolutely hands down the customer service is why I just wouldn't go back. So this might be a good opportunity to see if they've gotten any better. And I know I'm not the only one. I've read comment after comment after comment about SpyPoint's customer service. So it looks like I'm going to have to call them and see if we can get this resolved and see if it got any better.
Your Jase SpyPoint. Welcome to SpyPoint. Pour français, faites 7.
What?
For billing questions, press 1. For technical assistance, press 2. For questions related to warranties and repairs, press 3.
Technical issues, I guess.
Please choose the camera you require assistance for from the following list. We'll reserve your spot and give you a call as soon as an expert becomes available.
The expert.
Hi, thank you for calling SpyPoint. This is Irish. How can I help you?
Hi. So where are you located?
Do you mean, sir, where the company I am based from?
Yes. Where are you right now?
Actually, I'm from the Philippines, sir. Thank you for asking.
Philippines. All right. So, I have a question. I'm having trouble with logging into the app. It's not necessarily camera related just yet. I can't even get into the app. So,
Okay, sir.
the error that I'm receiving, it says a problem occurred while trying to log you in. Please refresh the page. Try again. I've uninstalled the app. I've reinstalled the app. Tried it several times, and I still get the same error.
Yes, sir. I do apologize for the inconvenience, sir. And regarding your questions, we are currently experiencing a temporary system issue that's affecting the app. That is why you aren't able to log into your account. And our team is working on it, and we appreciate your patience as we get this resolved as soon as possible. So in this case, sir, I will advise you to please try logging into your account a few hours later, or try to call us again later to see if the issue has been fixed by then, okay?
Okay, I'll wait. Alright, well, it's been an hour, and it looks like I'm in the app. So, unfortunately, customer service is outsourced to other countries, which ultimately, years ago, that was the problem that I had. Half the time I can't understand what they're saying, and really they don't know anything technical. It's usually like you replace the batteries, restart the camera, just like your computer, like, did you reboot it type thing. It's just, so that's unfortunate. But, alright, so we're starting fresh. I'm in the app. Hopefully this gets easier. So down here on your bottom left-hand corner, you're going to hit cameras. Boy, I have some in here from years ago that I guess I can replace all these. You're going to hit the big orange plus button, and you're going to select your device model. And this is the Flex-S-Dark, so we'll select that. Before turning on the camera, insert your card. Did all that. You can select for the Flex series up to a 512 gig, so you can store a lot of pictures on those. And let's hit next. Important, and charge the internal battery before continuing. Your Flex S has an internal battery that needs to be charged for 12 hours. I'm not sure why you'd have to charge that, being you have batteries put in it. I mean, just to get this going. We're going to hit got it. Device identification. So this is where you'll scan your QR code. Then you get a big green check mark. Congratulations, your device can now be turned on. Alright, so it did recognize the camera here, and it's funny because it says the battery life is at 19%. I haven't charged the solar panel yet, the lithium battery that's built into it, but they are brand new AA batteries in there. So I'm not sure what the point of the AA batteries are when it's showing the battery is pretty low. So I'm going to throw this on the charger and take it out. And I just wanted to check real quick. I opened the flap here and the status light is blue. So if you look on the bottom of your lid here, it's going to tell you what all those colors mean. And it says it's transmitting photos or the videos. So just the fact that I have it turned on and moving around, it's taking photos. Once it's green, it's good to go. If it is red, you have some sort of issue. It could be the batteries, the micro SD card, or your signal. If it's orange, it's updating the firmware. You're not going to want to turn the camera off at that point. So make sure the status, all your LED buttons are green and you should be good to go. And it looks like I'm getting pictures sent to me right now. So it's already taken 4 photos. Don't want to burn up my free plan just yet. So let's turn this off and let's give this a good charge. But let's unbox the Flex-S-Dark here real quick. I don't really suspect it to be a whole lot different. So same thing with the antenna, just remove the red cap, don't take that rubber seal off, put your antenna on, remove this tape, and again it's the same thing, it's the same exact size, it just doesn't have the solar panel. And I did just notice on this, actually both of them, they don't have the quarter 20 threads on the bottom, they just have it on the top of the back here, so mounting it might be a little different than what you're used to. Of course, if you use the strap, then it's going to be the same, but I do make my own mounts. I do have a video on that. But anyway, we'll throw batteries in this one. There is no charging required on this one, so you know, pull your little tab out. I have to get another micro SD card and 8 more batteries. All right, so fresh batteries in, micro SD card is in. Turn this on. We're going to add this to our app real quick, and I'll take both of these outside and compare them at the same time. I'm walking up to a food plot here where I'm going to do some tests, and ultimately I'll just leave them here to gather some photos and videos. But put them side by side, ultimately they're the same camera. However, you know, in the app there's some different options for the S version. You have a button that will take a photo now, and so you can trigger the camera without having anything in front of it. So for whatever reason you just want to see what's in the field at a certain moment, you just hit that button and it'll send you a photo. One of the great features that SpyPoint's always had, and I know it's a huge appeal for a lot of guys, is they offer 100 photos for free per month. And I feel like that really goes a long way, just because you don't have to be spending money to actually use them in the off season. I'll set this up for, you know, just to monitor some areas, and just, you know, saves a few bucks. Now, I only had this on the charger for about 2 hours. It recommends 12, so you're going to let this kind of go overnight to give it a good full charge. Again, I'm just, you know, just for the sake of this review, there's only 2 hours of charge. I still don't really understand why you have to charge this when I have brand new batteries in there, and it almost still says the battery is very low. So I don't really quite understand it. It also says that with a full charge, it'll last up to 11 months. I feel like with a solar panel and batteries, I mean, as long as you got sun, I feel like it should last forever. But 11 months is certainly plenty, and just the fact that, you know, I don't have to go change batteries is always nice. So we're going to turn both of these on. Everything in the app is set to the same, the fastest everything it can possibly be, and with a trigger speed of 0.3 seconds. I'd say that's pretty quick, and so that's going to be my first test. I'm going to set these up side by side, and I'm going to go about 10 yards out, and I'm just going to run across it, and ultimately where you see me in the frame is how long it took for it to actually trigger and capture the image. So I was only about 10 yards out. I'm also going to just wait here a second to give you an idea of how long it takes before you get notified that you had a picture. And there it is. So it's about 20 seconds or so. And there it is. It comes up fairly quick. Such a short distance. I didn't even make it halfway to the frame. So I'll just show you real fast. One of the bigger differences between the two is the one with the solar panel, the Flex-S-Dark. You'll see an extra block in here that gives you an instant button where you can take a photo at that moment and it'll send you that picture. Going into your settings here, if you click settings and then manage device, you'll see operation mode. You have instant and standard. Whereas if you go back to the other model, just the Flex-S-Dark, go to settings, manage device, operation mode, you only have the standard option. So that's one of the bigger differences between the two. If that's important to you, you might want to spend a little extra, you know, just the fact that you want to have to change batteries all year is probably worth the price. All right, so trigger seat seems to be pretty good. So I'm gonna set them up, leave them for a little while. I'm gonna put one over here. I got a little water hole here and it's getting pretty hot, so I'll be curious to see what's visiting it. And then I'll put the other one up here on whatever clover is left. So see what we end up with. When turning off the LED for no glow, the night images aren't as bright, especially at longer distances, than when you set the LED to low glow. Of course, I'll leave it up to you whether you think LEDs spook deer or not, so it is nice to have the option to turn them on or off. Overall, I think the cameras perform pretty well. The trigger speed is great, the trigger distance is pretty far when it's set to high sensitivity. Nighttime no glow images aren't great, but they're good enough. I mean, certainly better in low glow mode. The app is very easy to use with a lot of options to view the photos and control the cameras. And of course, I too love the 100 free photos per month. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to get back to you, and I appreciate you guys watching.